Hi there, I'm Nancy Smith, aka the Yarny Bookkeeper, and I'm here as your badass handmade business bookkeeping coach. Today I want to give you some quick tips for your handmade, creative, or craft business, and I'm going to provide you with a step-by-step tutorial for creating a pattern sales tracking spreadsheet. So here we go. So the first thing you want to do is open a blank Excel spreadsheet or a Google Sheet, and starting in column A, row 3, you're going to make a list of all your patterns. Okay, now this may take you a while. You can even add details like when you released the pattern and how many you need to sell in order for that pattern to be profitable. So once you have your list in column A, leave like 3 or 4 rows down at the bottom empty, and then create a total. Okay, just add the word total. Now up here in row 2, in column A, we're going to type in the word pattern name, and then continuing in row 2, we're going to put in our months. And then in column N, we're also going to put in the word total. Now up here in row 1, you're going to create a heading. Something like pattern sales by month. Now, before you go entering any information into this spreadsheet, you want to create formulas. So we want to create a formula for each row so it totals up the number of sales you had for each specific pattern for the year. So to do that, you want to come into column N, row 3, and you're going to type a formula, equals SUM, and then you're going to do a equals SUM, parentheses, and then you're going to come and highlight rows B, or columns B through M, and then hit enter. Okay, so we just created a formula which will add up all the numbers in these columns for this row. And then at the bottom of this cell, you're going to see a little block. Grab that little block so that you get the crosshairs, and then you drag it down to, for me, it's row 22. Okay, so now we want to create a formula that will add up how many patterns we sold each month. So we want to come down to cell B22, and again, we're going to do a formula, equals sum, parentheses, come up and grab B3 and drag it on down to B21, and then hit enter. So now it will add all of the quantities in the January column. Again, grab that little square so that you get the crosshairs and drag this over to M22, and now you're done. So let me show you how this works. So, but before you go entering information, there's still more decisions that you need to make. But if you look here, you can see that it's adding up the total patterns that you sold, and it gives you a running total for the year over here. Okay. So, like I said, now you have more decisions. Do you want to recreate this spreadsheet every year? I'm betting the answer to that is no. So what we want to do is we want to right-click where it says Sheet 1, and we're going to choose Rename, and we're going to call this our master. Okay. And then we can just copy this master spreadsheet for each new year. But maybe you want to know more. Maybe you want to have a year-by-year comparison of how many patterns you sold. Okay. So at this point, we're going to take this basic spreadsheet template that we created, and we're going to right-click where it says Master. We're going to choose Move or Copy. We're going to create a copy, and we want it to be before this Master tab, and click OK. Now you can see we've got Master and Master 2. Sorry, I can't spell this morning. Right-click on Master 2, choose Rename, and call this something like Yearly Comparison. Change your heading from Pattern Sales by Month to Pattern Sales by Year. And change the names of the month to be the years. So here I would put in 2022, 2023, 2024, etc. So now we're ready to start using our master, and we're going to right-click on it. We're going to say Move or Copy, and we're going to create a copy and move it to the end, and we're going to hit OK. So now we have tabs for Yearly Comparison, Master, and Master 2. We're going to right-click on Master 2. We're going to choose Rename, and we're going to type in 2022. Okay. So as you add new patterns, you're going to have to add the pattern to the current year tab that you're working on. You're going to want to add it to your master tab, and you're going to want to add them to your yearly comparison. I know, a lot of work, okay? But as you go through each, and really, this one's a little more difficult because first let's say you sell on Etsy, Ravelry, and through your website. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go get the reports from, say, Etsy, and you're going to need to figure out how many basket patterns that you sold. So let's say you had 5 on Etsy. So now you go and you download your Ravelry reports, and you see you sold 5 more basket patterns on Ravelry. So now you're going to want to update this quantity so that it's 10. All right, 5 from Etsy, 5 from Ravelry. Now let's say you get the reports from your website sales, and you see that you sold 15 of the basket patterns there. So now you're going to have to update this quantity again. All right, so that's 25 in total. So this one, it probably isn't the best solution if you sell on multiple platforms, but hey, at least you know how to do it. And then at the end of the year, you're going to come here into your total column, and you're going to copy all the totals in column N except this very bottom total. Okay, so you're going to highlight it, press Control C, and then you're going to come over to your yearly comparison for the 2022 year, highlight that entire column, and then you're going to do Control and V to paste it. Oops, that didn't work, did it? Hold on a second. Paste special. There we go. You have to do paste special, and then it will put in your numbers. All right. So now you can see that, you know, in 2022, you sold 25 of the basket patterns. You need to sell 60 of them before it becomes profitable. So you still got a ways to go. And you can use this information to make informed decisions on where to focus your design efforts. Okay, so that's the simple one, pattern sales by year. Now we're going to talk about creating a pattern sales tracking spreadsheet where you can track your pattern sales by month and by platform. This one's a little more complicated. So you still start out with all your pattern names in column A. In row 2, in column A, we're going to type in pattern name, and then in the other cells in row 2, we're going to type in the names of the platforms that we sell on. Okay. And then our heading in row 1 is going to be, okay, so in row 1, we're going to put in heading, and we're just going to call this one pattern sales by month and platform. Now you still have all of your formulas, okay, except this time, you know, you pull up your reports from Ravelry and you enter the number of patterns that you sold that month on Ravelry. Then you pull up your Etsy patterns or sales and your website sales, and it's going to total it up for the month. But there's still more decisions to be made, okay? Do you want to keep track of like yearly totals? Do you want to keep track of total monthly sales? Okay, in a spreadsheet similar to the other one. So this is our base template. So if you want to do a yearly comparison, okay, you right click on your master, you choose move or copy, create a copy, and place that copy before the master sheet. Okay, oops, I didn't do something right. Here it is. So now we can right click on master 2 and we can choose rename, and we can just call this yearly sales. And we can change these headings to be our months. So we got January, February, March, and we can insert additional columns. So we can copy those. Then we can choose insert copied cells. And now we can repeat that process. We can copy those cells and we can insert them until we have enough months. Okay, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, good. And then we need 12 copies, one for each month, but we don't want to do them all at the same time. Okay, so we just want to right click on our master tab, move or copy, create a copy. This time we want to say move it to the end. Okay, and then we can rename that and say this is January 22. So now you can, get your January sales reports, enter the number of sales that you had. It'll total it up over here. And then you can copy. At the end of the month, you can copy those totals. And you can come to your yearly sales tab and you can choose paste special. And now you can get a monthly, a total by month, as well as an individual monthly total by platform. The problem with this method is, as you add new patterns, you're going to want to add it to the month that you're working in. You're going to want to add those new patterns to the master template, and you're going to want to add those new pattern names to your yearly sales template. Now, all of this is designed to help you focus, okay? so that you know where to focus your design efforts, where to focus your marketing efforts. Because let's face it, if these sales were actually Etsy sales and you had nothing on Ravelry and you had something on your website, you could say, I really need to not focus quite so much on this platform. I need to focus on Etsy and my website even more. Or, you look at these totals and say, I need to sell 60 of these basket patterns before, I broke even. You invested time, materials, and probably even paid for a tech editor. And in order for that pattern to start becoming profitable, you have to sell at least 60 of them. So you can say, these baskets really weren't a big hit. So, you can try redesigning them. You can make a decision of, hey, I'm not going to do basket patterns anymore. Stuff like this. All of this stuff is like owning your sales, because this stuff helps you focus your efforts. So that's it for this quick tip. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment on the blog post and have a great day. Bye.